the organizations NFL and NHL are both certainly a lot less manly today than they were even 10 years ago, certainly 30 years ago. But if we were having this conversation 10 years ago, before the NHL started doing Pride Nights and all the rest of it, then maybe you can make an argument for the NHL. But now, and the NFL went woke too, but not to that level. NHL has Pride Nights. NFL doesn't at this point, so NFL wins.
Oh, thank God. Matt Walsh is helping us figure out which sports are manly and which sports are not manly enough. And he has deduced that the National Hockey League is apparently not manly enough because they have Pride Nights. I don't know if he knows that. Well, actually, he does know this. Hockey players get into physical fights and beat each other down. I mean, not to say that that necessarily translates to manliness, but if you're thinking about stereotypes of manliness, physical fighting kind of falls in that category, no?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Look, the idea of, hey, you know what, Matt, then why don't you put on a pair of skates and get in the rink and see how it goes for you, okay?
Listen, he sits in a chair in front of a camera, just like we do, to be fair, and opines on things he likes and dislikes. How is that manlier than the hockey players? Like, I don't understand.
Okay, so look, I can't believe he's doing this unironically.
He is doing it unironically. Like, this is real. He believes this.
It's amazing. And so I watched longer, unfortunately, to like make sure that he wasn't kidding. Like, yeah, I'm kidding. I mean, it's not really manly or unmanly, but I don't like it because I'm a right winger and I hate gay people or whatever, right? And if he was joking around about it, like, oh, whatever, who cares, right? No, this guy's actually judging whether hockey players are tough enough. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys in a second about an amazing hockey fight story, but this guy cracks me up. What were you gonna say, Anna?
So, you know what? I just want to go to the next video, but let me preface it by saying, not only does he think that hockey players are not manly enough due to their support of the LGBTQ community through Pride Nights and things like that, or through wearing, he just thinks that they're too woke, and you can't be woke and manly at the same time, according to Matt Walsh. But then he also reduces hockey players and their lack of manliness to something they wear. So let's watch that.
In hockey, you've got, first of all, fighting after the play is part. I mean, that's cool. The fact that you can just beat the hell out of each other for reasons nothing to do with what's actually happening on the. I don't know. I've never watched hockey, but I guess two guys get mad at each other and just beat the hell out of each other, and it's understood that that's what you're going to do. So that's cool. You don't have that as much in football, but at the same time, I got to deduct points based on the fact that you are on ice skates, which is a little bit. It's like that's what figure skaters use, and it's a little bit sort of dainty. You're ice skating around. You can never be fully manly on ice skates. The manlier thing is just to be on your own 2 feet, flat on the ground, or with cleats.
Okay. All right. So first of all, this guy lecturing people on manliness. I mean, that's the joke right there. It's hilarious. Second of all, his co-host was like, is he being serious? It looked like he's like, am I supposed to respond here? Because this guy's like, you're tougher than NHL players. You are. You're judging whether they're manly enough. That's hilarious. Because the league did Pride Night where they said, oh, we don't hate gay people. And so you marked them down for that, Matt. Okay, duly noted.
I just don't know how to respond to this. Like, all of this is so absurd.
No, but no one who does this without like a wink and a nod and having fun with it is actually secure in their masculinity.
No, that's exactly right. That's 100% correct.
Like, all right, so I'll tell you the hockey story real quick, and then we'll come back to more of the substantive discussion.
Why do guys do this? It seems to be mostly a male thing.
Oh, because
you guys love it, like just sit around, oh yeah, is he manly enough? Like women don't do that.
Like
women don't do that. Like we don't sit around like, is she woman enough?
Is she female enough?
Is she feminine enough? Like we don't do that. Like why do you guys do this?
Because
so
they want to
weird.
measure themselves up to others. Look, hey, you
okay, but let me help you guys out just a little bit, okay? Hopefully you've internalized what I'm saying because I genuinely want to help you guys out.
Yeah.
When you sit around and judge the masculinity of others, it communicates to the women, or womans, as my dad would say, that you're incredibly insecure in your masculinity and you're concerned that you're not gifted in the nether regions. Like that is what it communicates to me. I'm just keeping it real. Like strength is feeling secure in yourself and not spending all your time doing like this weird armchair analysis of the masculinity of others. Like it's just strange to me.
Yeah, look, for example, if I were to come on here and go like, I'm gonna use an old school example, a new one. Greg Lloyd, who was like an awesome, fierce football player for the Steelers, or TJ Watt, it's currently the same for the Steelers. If I came out here like, I'm gonna judge whether TJ Watt and Greg Lloyd are manly enough. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that, right? Unless you're kidding around. Like, obviously they're manly enough.
Yeah.
Like, and why? What is it about you that you want to compare yourself to them with some sort of, like, as if you're the arbiter? And okay, great, like TJ Watt, I will now judge you on whether you're manly. It's absurd. It's freaking absurd. To this hockey story that I promised you guys. So of all people, it's about Tommy Chong, kind of. So I interviewed Tommy Chong a bunch of times, and then one time, he had this great story about his brother. Tommy's grew up in Canada, actually. A lot of people think he's from LA and he's Latino. He's actually Asian from Canada. So they used to play hockey all the time. And they played it in an informal way with no refs, so it was brutal. And his brother used to play so much that one day he's going through a metal detector like 30 years later, right? And I don't know why the metal detector goes off. You'll have to go back to the podcast.
Oh my God, look at that guy next to you. He looks so feminine.
No, so feminine.
So weak.
He was part of Pride Night one night, okay? He didn't hate gay people enough feminine. So anyways, bottom line to the long story is Tommy's brother was setting it off the metal detector because he had teeth in him from like the hockey fights, and the teeth had metal in it. He still had teeth in his body from the fights that they had, but not manly enough for Matt Walsh because they did it on skates.
Wait, like
dainty. Look at this. How do clowns look at this guy and go, oh yeah, I bet Matt's the most manly guy. I think he should judge everyone else.
Should they maybe have like some rules to prevent the physical abuse that takes place during these hockey games?
Well, that was the cool part of that story about Canada. There were no rules and there were no refs.
No, I know.
And so they would tear each other apart. And as a man, I go, interesting. We're silly creatures, man. But at least I know it, okay? Instead of this fool pretending that he's the ultimate judge of manliness in a serious way.
He sits in front of a camera. It is preposterous. Come on.
Put him in the room with any of those guys and see how quickly he runs to get Depends, okay? Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.